Blackout Guitars and Enthusiast Shop. I'm here in the shop with another episode of Guitars and Gardening. We look at some guitars, some musical instruments, and we look at some gardening and have a whole lot of fun. You saw today's title is Tableware, Tequila, and Tortoises. Sounds like a whole lot of fun, so let's hit the garden and see what's going on. Woo! Hey, it's a beautiful day by the pond. Look out of here, it's gorgeous. I mean, the blue sky, man, the pickerel rush, the lily pads, the fish are going crazy out here. It's amazing out here today, just beautiful. If you're not familiar with our pond, you can check that out in another guitars and gardening video called A Big Giant Hole in the Ground. You can see us put this pond in. You can see there's been some additions. We have a pergola with a sail on it and everything right now. It's just very, very nice to sit out here around the pond. But I want to show you something cool. I've started making some new instruments. Back in the year 2000, which today I realized was 25 years ago, I backpacked across Ireland. And unfortunately, as a musician at the time, living out of one bag, I was there for 6 months, living in hostels, traveling by foot, car, boat, bus, everything. You can't carry a guitar and stuff. You can, but it's a pain. So I didn't really have anything to pay, but I started picking up spoons in the hostels and houses and places that I stayed, and started playing the spoons a little bit. Well, eventually I ran into a little music shop out in Galway, and I picked up some wooden spoons that were connected and you could play the spoons. And I was in a pub one night, and wait a minute, here's a picture of me playing the spoons at a pub in Ireland. That was back a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But a guy came up to me and he says, "Man, let me see those things. I've been playing the spoons for 50 years. And man, he showed me all kinds of tricks and stuff." And so I learned to play the spoons, and I traveled across Ireland talking to people. I was doing ethnographic research, and to talk to people, you went into bars at night, you went into pubs at night, and the more alcohol people drank, the more they'd tell you about their life and their stories. And it was an amazing time, an amazing travel. Well, it got me thinking a few times in the past. I was like, let me try making some spoons, and I kind of set it aside. Well, finally I said, well, let's do it. And I started making some wooden spoons very much like the ones I'm playing in the picture you saw. And you can see they're connected in the back. They're kind of a cheater spoon. You don't have to hold them between your fingers like regular spoons. It kind of starts to eat at your finger, the metal. But they're really easy. You can see they're a light touch, real easy to hit and play. These are all made out of hardwood scraps I get out of Hillsborough, North Carolina from Metters Woods. Man, check their stuff out on Facebook, Metters Woods, awesome. But you can really get to playing these things, and it's great for a song. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here moo, there moo, everywhere moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. I know that was a ridiculous song, but you can see these are a lot of fun. I've got them in all kinds of colors. Look at these. Look at all this spoons. Amazing. These are going to be up on the Etsy shop. Check them out. But now I want to show you something really cool in the garden before we get to what everybody's waiting on, the tortoise. But we're going to go over here and check out what's the tequila all about. So let's go look. All right, here's what I wanted to show you. This is a blue agave plant. You saw in the title, tequila, and you're like, what's the tequila about? Well, this is what they make tequila out of. Did you notice that? You're drinking this sharp, pointy plant that'll kill you if you hit that. It won't kill you, but it doesn't feel good, and it like burns for days. But this plant we picked up on the side of the road, and it had been weed eaten, and you can see the bad pieces have grown down. New growth is coming up. But what's interesting is Lori noticed that, ow, that hurt, right? Look, I'm bleeding. Oh my God. And Lori noticed that it went, I saw this coming out of here. And if you'll notice, there's a lump here. If you pull this back, it is created babies over here. Look, what is that? 5 feet across? That's crazy. It's crawling. Now I'll show you this over here. Lori's going to follow me with the camera. Over here, we have another one. This came from Cheetah Pants' house. You remember Cheetah Pants? I talked about Cheetah Pants before. That's her neighbor. And she didn't have room for it. Look, I'm bleeding all over the place. Yeah. And so, if you'll notice, small little pieces of blue agave are coming up all over the place. So we have baby blue agave. We're not going to start a ranch where we make tequila or anything, so don't get excited. I just thought it was really cool. I wanted to show it to you. So let's go check on Vlad. You're like, who's Vlad? Let's check it out. All right, we are in Vlad's enclosure. Vlad the tortoise. Vladimir, look, Tortoise Park. So cool. So Vlad's over here behind me. You can see him, he's crawling around. Lori's gonna come around all the way around the side. I'm gonna hop over here. We got a little lizard friend visiting Vlad. This is a great area for him. You can see he's right up against the wall. Now you go, wait a minute, is that just a box turtle? I said, no, it's a tortoise. This is a Russian tortoise. Russian tortoises, unlike their larger cousins, the sulcata and the leopard, they only get about, the males only get about 7 to 8 inches long, females 8 to 9 inches long. And you can see, I'm gonna pick him up here. You can see he still has the big spikes on his arms and the claws. He is a land tortoise, and he likes to do his own thing. He's got this great enclosure. Everything in here he can eat. He's got this burrow that goes 2 feet down on the ground. He goes in here and sleeps at night. Sometimes he sleeps in his barn, and during the day he has a couple of little hides he's made over here for himself to keep in the shade. But it's a great place for him. I had a friend, his mother passed away. She was the keeper of a tortoise, and I was passing them one day, and they said, hey, you know, we can't keep this tortoise. Would you be interested? They know I keep all kinds of creepy crawly things. And so I said, you know, I'll take him. I'd always wanted one. I've spent some time in Africa. This is me in Africa. And, you know, there was a huge tortoise there. He was a sulcata. He was like 36 inches long. He's massive. I was like, man, it'd be so cool. You'd have to take up the whole room for him. You can see how much room. This is the proper size for this size tortoise. He'll get around here. Lori will tell you, he disappears in a second. I mean, boom, people go, the tortoise and hare must be slow. No, he disappears. But he'll eat out here. People go, what happens in the winter? Well, during the winter time, they will brumate. They can dig down to 42 inches into the ground and hibernate. They shut down and they come back out in the spring. But here in North Carolina, we've got fire ants. And fire ants will take advantage of a quick meal if they don't have enough food during the winter. And they'll take a rodent or a turtle, I'm going to get out of his way, or they'll take a tortoise or a rabbit, and that becomes food. And we don't want that to happen to him, so we're working on an indoor enclosure for him where he can live inside during the winter. And but really cool creature here, and he will take, let's see if I can give him something. He likes these marigolds a lot of times. Sometimes he looks like he's already eaten for the day, but zoom in on him. So we've looked at spoons, and we've looked at agave to make tequila. So now you know don't go out and make a tequila farm just because you have the information. That's ridiculous. That's what those people at the Mexican restaurant are doing on the wall. When you see them with those things, the big paintings on the wall, and it looks like that's what they're cutting. You're like, what is that? And then we've looked at Mr. Vladimir. This has been another episode of Guitars and Gardening. I hope you enjoy it. Tune in next time. We'll see you later.